John by Wexford Youth defender Nicola Sinnott. Nicola, a couple of days away from another cup final. You've been here before, you know what it's all about. These sort of events are just the ones where you just want to roll through and get them out of the way, aren't they?
Yeah. This is our fourth, fifth time maybe in the final now, and obviously we've come away on the good side of it and on the bad side of it as well. So we're really looking forward to it, and we set out start the season wanting to win 2 silverware the league and the cup, and unfortunately we didn't stay in contention with the league until the last game. But we really want to come away with silverware on the weekend.
But you said you talk about being in cup finals and stuff like that. The last time you were here in a competitive game was one of the big days of Wexford Youths when you won the Women's National League playoff. So familiar with the surroundings, you've had success here before in this stadium.
Yeah, I think it was 2016 we played Shells as well, obviously here in the playoff for the league title. That was a big game on the day. It was a close game. Came down to small margins, and so good memories the last time we played here, and hopefully make good memories again at the weekend.
Thank you. You won't have played as many games in as many days as
I
you
think
did the last time.
I think last time we were just chatting about it earlier. We played 8 games in 21 days, and we had obviously played Shells the week before, needing the draw that day to come away with the title, and they beat us 3-1 and brought us to a playoff.
This season, the results between the sides has been 1 win each and a draw. There's been not a lot between you. The 2 games the one that you've won and the one that they've won. There's only been a goal in either one, so it's always been tight.
Yeah, it has been tight. I think the first game in Tolka was a 0-0. We were probably lucky on the day actually to come away with a 0-0. Keeve in the goal had a great performance that day for us. Down in Ferry Carrick, then I don't know how we did it, but we came away with a 1-0 win when we were down to 10 men. It's a tough game, and obviously then on Saturday night the 3-2 was again a close game, but I feel like maybe that's created a bit of momentum for them. Obviously give them belief. I think they outplayed us a lot in the first half on the weekend, and as I said, it's kind of given a bit of momentum to them. It's something that we'll have to look at this week and try and rectify for the weekend.
But it looks as though you will have Adele Kennedy back in the middle of the park this week.
Hopefully.
What a performance in goal for someone who's not played there to step into such a big game.
It's not an easy position for anyone to put in. We're proud of her for stepping up and doing that for the team, and especially in a big game like that. But I think she did very well, and and I said we're proud of her, and we're thankful that she did that for us. And great to have her back outfield. And
does that sort of change, like when you're a player like that in goal? How does that change the mindset of the defence? Because obviously you want to try and protect her a little bit more as well, because she's not used to it.
Yeah, there was a sense of that. Like you knew that Shells would be aware that she's in goal. Would they take more shots? Would they take long range shots on her? And I suppose it did give us that the mindset going how we had that. Or we're going to get that extra few percent for Adele. Whether we actually did it, I don't know. We didn't really perform as what we would have liked, and maybe we didn't protect like we should have.
You talk a little bit about momentum. You went 3-0 down in that game and scored twice in the late in the second half through Kylie Murphy. So you sort of drifted away to a case that they're sitting on the back foot at the last minute trying to hold on, knowing what they have to protect. So while they were definitely the best team for the first probably 50 minutes, you come back into a lot more, and you finish the game off on a positive note, which will be a lot to take out of it.
Yeah, when we went into half time, obviously we were hugely disappointed with ourselves, and we wanted to rectify that coming out into the second half. Obviously it didn't start well when they got the third goal, but I think over the years Wexford Youths have, people would know us of, never give up, and that's the mentality that we have. We did well to get to 2 goals. Kylie scored 2 great goals, like she has done all season. She's come up with the important goals. But yeah, I suppose to finish off closer and, as I said, fighting for that third goal close to the end, we responded well, I suppose.
You see all the Wexford Youth players stood on the pitch and waited for Shelbourne to get the trophy on Saturday. That sort of, I'm sure that'll give you even more motivation. Like, you don't want to see them lift another trophy after watching that.
Yeah, they deserved the league. They were absolutely brilliant, and they were on a good run of form, and the way they won it was, you're looking at it and you're hearing the crowd on the night and seeing their emotions and reactions after the final whistle. Part of you wants that feeling, and we were talking about even just standing and watching them. I think how that we've felt that before. How it feels, and we all want to be on that side of it on Sunday.
But like you talk about the crowd, how was that? Because you knew that Peamount had scored against Peamount because the crowd reactions. How did that sort of as a Wexford youth player, would that have changed your approach anyway to the game, or was it more just you had to concentrate on your own?
I suppose I was in a bit of disbelief when I heard the scoreline. I was kind of shocked. I suppose no one expected it. I knew in the middle of the second half that was like 4-2. I think one of the Shells girls was chatting to me when the ball had gone out of play. But it didn't change our approach. We would never go out to not perform, and we wanted to come back into the game and try to get something from it.
In terms of youths, you've had a couple of departures mid-season. And then you bring in the likes of Della Doherty, then Tom obviously leaves to take up the role of the under-16s, but Stephen comes in and you sort of make it a bit of a seamless transition that you try to make it as easy as possible. And you wouldn't know that there was a managerial change the way it was on the field.
Yeah, like we went through a period there of where we had lost against Peamount in the first game of the season, and we went through a period of being unbeaten through that transition between Tom and Stephen. Obviously Stephen was involved last year alongside Tom, so he knew the club, he knew the girls inside out, and in fairness to him, he stepped up really well, and he just kept that momentum going and kept the performances and the standards high.
In terms of the cup final itself this week, how do you not get too excited and just treat it as a normal week's preparation?
I'm personally glad I'm in work, because you just have other things to focus on and you have a normal week in that sense. But of course, it's always in the back of your mind, but you're trying not to put too big of a deal on it and just try and approach like any other game. But I think just the media side to it, and knowing that it's going to be live on telly and things like that, it's hard not to constantly think about it. But we try and approach it as a normal week and train like we usually would, the same times, same nights, and prepare ourselves as we usually do.
Well, you've had experience. The only good thing for you is you've had experience of playing on television before. Once you get today out of the way, the media stuff out of the way, you're not having to chase around and then doing interviews for the rest of the week and stuff like that. You can just focus then on what you've got to do.
Yeah, like I said, we have been here before, and a lot of players have. Obviously, we do have some younger girls who are now to be their first time in a big cup final like this. So, us as senior players would have to make sure that they're preparing well and they're excited, but not letting it get them too much either, and that they can come out on the day and perform as well. But
is that hard though?
It is. I'm trying to put myself back in how I felt the first time around. It's hard not to get excited and look forward to it, and you feel the tension in your legs even during the week. Have nervousness as well. But I know myself, and I've been here before, standing in that tunnel going out, your legs are like jelly until you get the first touch or that, and hopefully it'll settle down. So the girls it'll be a new experience for them, for a lot of them, but a lot of the younger girls as well have been in big games like this. A lot of them are obviously young internationals as well, and they've played for the country and been in games probably bigger than this as well, and hopefully they can learn from those experiences and bring it with them on Sunday.
How much different is it that it's here in Tallaght Stadium rather than the Aviva? Is that maybe, you're not following the men's cup final, so is that maybe a little bit less pressure, or is it more pressure because the women has its own day and the fans are coming just for the women's final?
I'm personally disappointed that it's not in the Aviva. I feel like in some senses a step backwards. Everybody wants to play in a national stadium. It's your goal, and when I would have joined Wexford Youths, we all talk about the Aviva Cup, and even now I find myself saying the Aviva at times. It's like GA, everyone wants to play in Croke Park. So I suppose I'm disappointed that they haven't kept it in the Aviva. I do understand that they want to make an occasion for the women's, to make the day for the women and create more of an atmosphere here in Tallaght, which I'm sure it will. But I don't feel any different in different regards, pressure or anything like that.
Finish on one note. Tom Adams this morning being announced as the assistant manager for the women's national team. It's a big thing for Wexford as well. He gave a lot of service to Wexford before they even take the under-19s gig, 16s gig.
Yeah, absolutely delighted for Tom. It's obviously some of his own personal goals to keep moving up the ranks, and he's doing that very quickly, and it's well deserved as well. I actually found out as I came in here this morning, but Tom will bring great knowledge and great professionalism to that set up, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
Great for the league as well, though, isn't it?
Brilliant, yeah. His knowledge on players and different teams and things like that is maybe what that team needs as well. Someone that's has been involved in the league, and as I said, knows players inside out, and not only Wexford but other teams as well. And as I said, I fully believe our league is good enough and our players are good enough to play for the national side, and hopefully we see more girls from the women's national league in there.
Brilliant, thank you for your time. Very nice luck Sunday.
Thank you.